favorite. I'm bliss, highly favored.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I've got an insane unboxing. I'm going to be unboxing the Smackdown Ultimate Edition ring with Jacob Fatu. I did get this guy as a Christmas gift, but this is insane. It's an insane upgrade from the 2017 run. That's the only one I have. The one that came in Jinder Mahal, if anyone remembers that one. Hopefully I can compare them and fit that all in frame. Most likely won't be able to, but that's fine because I just want to take a look at this ring and the figure. But taking a look at the box, it's insanely massive. This is my hand up next to the packaging. But you get an image of the figure. He's doing a super kick, diving out top rope. Ultimate Edition on the bottom. And just a Smackdown ring. I can't show the sides, but it's just an image of Jacob. And then an Ultimate Edition logo. Pretty basic. I can show the back though. Of course, you see a bigger image of Jacob. Height, he is 6'2". He's from Sacramento, California. Finisher to moonsault. His career highlight is that he is former United States champion. He's also a former tag team champion. Don't know why they couldn't include that, but it is what it is. Lifelike detail and authenticity. Ultimate Edition Jacob Fatu with swappable heads and hands. Fabric turnbuckles and Smackdown ring posts. Includes 2 fabric ring skirts and 2 plug-in ring panels. You get an image of the ring all built. Really, really cool. This is the most updated ring we have so far because the raw one is outdated, and then we've just seen a bunch of, older rings. You do get the blue skirt there, updated logo. The only difference is that in real life, they have a re-out season logo in the middle, but I love the WWE one way more. Can't wait to get the steps. Like, this is completely new to me. Like I said, the only ring that I have is the Smackdown one from 2017 that came with Jinder Mahal. So, I don't even know how this is going to be built. Don't even know how I'm going to film all this. But one thing that I do want to do before I open up the Jacob is open up this other figure that I got for Christmas. It's the From the Vault John Cone. I think this will go perfectly with the ring. I know it's, retro John Cone and everything, but I mean, these literally are meant to go together. The Smackdown ref and everything. Like, the logo is very similar to the modern one. The modern one is just longer. Like, even the square one right there. Like, it's just inverted. So, let's take a look at John Cone first. Here is John Cone out of the packaging. He looks really cool, man. I'm liking it a lot. I think he looks awesome. He's on the exact same Build-A-Figure formula. He's really smooth out of the packaging. Like, insanely smooth. His head just fell off. But really smooth. I like it a lot. Really, really cool figure. And I can't wait to see him in the ring. But there will be a bigger, more in-depth review. But so far, he's really smooth. I'm really liking it. But let's get back to the ring. I'm going to open up the ring. And I'm just going to show you everything you get right out of the rip. So here's everything right out of the packaging. Everything is looking a lot bigger than I expected. I'm going to put the light down so if the camera gets a little weird, that's why. But these wooden pallets are so much bigger than I expected. Like, let me just grab one. Like I said, I'm used to the other ring. The small, not small, because it was a pretty decent size, but the one that came with Jinder Mahal. That's how big the wooden pallet is. Way bigger than I expected. The only thing that's small to me is going to be this box for the Jacob Fatu. It's way smaller than I expected. Like, I'll bring in a regular Ultimate Edition box real quick. Here it is up next to the Umaga. So you can kind of see, way smaller than I expected. It's literally just like the size of the window. But everything else is bigger than I expected. So that's insane. But I'm going to do the first step and I'll show you guys how that goes. And then we'll move forward from there. Here are the first 2 steps done. So I just put this around and then put the 3 wooden pallets. So next up, I gotta put the skirt on, which I heard is very tedious, but we'll see. And then I gotta put the levitators on. I don't know if it's called levitators, but to levitate the ring up. So that'll be the next thing that you see, but pretty easy so far. So this is what we have now. We've got the full mat in here. Very, very nice. The WWE logo on here is like, it's not like, a different material. It's like fully smooth throughout, so that's very nice. This step was horrible. Putting in the mat was like, it got me sweating bullets over here. Not fun. But, hopefully everything else throughout is smooth. But that was not fun. It had me sweating over here. But let's move on to the next step, which should be the ring posts and LED lights on the sides. So, yeah, let's move on to that. Alright, we are almost done with the ring. Those steps are very easy. The only thing I don't like too much is that the apron is a little bit, like, not flimsy, but I don't know. The old ring used to have something that keeps it down. Like, it'll, like, pinch right there. So that way it stays down. This one doesn't, so it can kind of just go wherever it wants, really. If it wants to stay up, it will. But this one's okay, but, I like right there in that corner, it's just flapping up, and I don't like that too much, but it should be fine. Over time it'll be good. But now I just have to attach these and then the steps, and we're pretty much done. So I'll see you then. But that is it. That is the ring fully built. Really nice ring, man. I like it a lot. It's a lot bigger. The fabric aprons here, amazing detail. Love that. Love this logo in the middle. The ring skirt, like the way it's built and everything, 10 times better than the older ring. But now let's take a look at Jacob Fatu and we'll review him in the ring. So here's the Jacob Fatu Ultimate in the ring. Looking really cool. Again, the packaging is very small. But it is what it is. You can see, taking a closer look at the packaging, you see an image of Jacob. It says Jacob Fatu Ultimate Edition logo. Get an image of him on the side. On the other side, it says Jacob Fatu. Get a description there. You can pause if you need to read. An image of Jacob doing a moonsault. Prototype of the figure. Height, where he's from, finisher, and then his career highlight. In the bottom, you don't get much. On the top, it's an Ultimate Fatu. Insanely small, this packaging, but let's crack Jacob open and take. Here are all of Jacob's accessories out of the packaging. You get a really good amount. We'll start off with the head sculpts. First one, this is the exact same, the crazed style of head sculpt that came on the Elite 118. You get a new Screaming head sculpt. Very, very nice. Can't wait to put this one on. It's probably my favorite out of the three. The third head sculpt is already on the figure. You get some fisted hands. You get some praying style hands. You get the grabbing style of hands. And then you get this cloth shirt, which is about the same as the Elite 118. It just cut a little more, so the arms are showing a little bit more. But it is still Velcro and everything. So let's take a closer look at Jacob. Here's a closer look at Jacob, starting off with the head sculpt. This is another brand new head sculpt. Probably my second favorite. It's like that nice, mean mugging look, straightforward head sculpt. Really liking it. New torso here for Jacob. I believe it is a new torso. I don't think we've seen this on any other guy. You do get his tattoo across his chest. The torso works for him. I like it. The arms are okay. At least they don't pop out like the CM Punk or Uncle Howdy. They sit and they're really nice, but they are a little small, unfortunately. You get the bicep band, of course, and then the wrist tape. Tattoos over here, very nice. Nothing on the back, but his hair looks really good, as always. I believe this is a new crotch mold. It looks a little bit wider than the previous one, but unfortunately, he's going to have the same exact deco as the other one. You know, nothing new in the tights and everything, but I believe the crotch is a new mold, and same. I believe the boots are actually new. I could be wrong because they look like, I don't know. Let me know if they're different, but I think they are. But let's take a close look at his articulation. Alright, so for articulation, he can look up really good, actually. Look down, not bad. Of course, he can rotate all the way around the head sculpt. Arm can go about that much, all the way around. Butterfly joint, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Hand can rotate and hinge. Upper part of torso can rotate 360, and so can the lower half. Ab crunch is not the best, but of course they can always go back better than they can go forward. He can kick up very nice. He can do the splits very nice as well. You do get the upper thigh cut, of course, drop down hips. Double jointed knees, which aren't as stiff as the Elite 118, fortunately. Boot can rotate all the way around. Old ankle articulation, so the boots are different. You just get the rocker, but you do get the toe pivot. Very, very nice. So let's take a look at some Fatu figure comparisons. So here are the two side by side. Believe it or not, the Elite is a tad bit taller, but I think this is a great upgrade. I like the torso better. It's slightly different, but I think it looks a little bit more realistic, this one. The arms are going to be the same. You get this head sculpt on both, so I can't really compare that too much. The crotch is actually different. This one's longer, this one's flatter, but the deco is exactly the same. This one might be a little bit wider on the Ultimate, but they look about the exact same. The boots are different though, and he does have the old ankle articulation, so his ankle isn't loose, luckily. So good upgrade if this was a standard release and you just get the Ultimate Jacob, but it really depends on if you need a ring or not. For comparisons, here he is up next to the Elite 114 Chase Jimmy Uso and the Elite 114 Standard Jey Uso. And then here he is with the SummerSlam Roman Reigns and the Elite 118 Tama Tonga. Before we wrap things up, here's a look at the SmackDown referee in the SmackDown ring, and it looks very, very nice. It's definitely a beautiful thing to see. But that's going to do it for me and this ring. You guys can let me know your thoughts on the ring in the comments below. I really like the Jacob Fatu. I think it's a great addition to the ring. But in my opinion, I think rings should start coming with refs instead. Because an Ultimate Edition Jacob Fatu is going to sell great on his own. So they don't have to include it with the ring. But if you include a referee with the ring instead, I feel like that's like a good business move instead. I feel like, you know, you're going to make more money with that instead of just throwing this Jacob Fatu Ultimate in here, which is going to sell good regardless. That's just my thoughts on it, though. But I did put some of SmackDown's top stars in here. Put their World Champ, Mid-Card, and Tag Champs back there. But I think this is a really good ring. Probably the best one. You know, I really like the mat and everything. But this is my first ring like this, so I'm going to enjoy it a lot more. Blue's my favorite color, and I just really, really like this one. I think it really pops, and it's probably the best ring you can get right now. But let me know your thoughts on the ring in the comments below. If you agree that rings should start coming with refs, or you like that they come with top superstars instead. And let me know all that and much more down in the comments below. But that's going to do it for me. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
I'm bliss, highly favored. I'm bliss, highly favored.